Today we're going to be making something beautiful with resin, but first things first, we have to mix up our resin. My favorite resin to use is this epoxy resin from Let's Resin. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. It's going to come with a part A and a part B. And the bottle size is going to depend just on what size kit you get, but it will come with a part A and a part B. And this epoxy is equal parts A and B by volume. So you're going to need a mixing cup. I'm going to mix up 16 ounces. So I'm pouring in 8 ounces of my part A right now. And then I'm going to pour in 8 ounces of my part B. And when I measure my resin, I'm squatting down to eye level, making sure that my measurements are right on the nose so my parts are completely equal. This is what the part B jug looks like. So we're going to pour in 8 ounces of this. And if you are just starting out with resin, I would recommend starting out on smaller projects first. So something that's 2 ounces or 4 ounces would be good to start out. So if you wanted to mix up 4 ounces, you would do 2 ounces part A, 2 ounces part B. Or if you just wanted to mix up 2 ounces, if you wanted to try to make a small ornament or something like that, you would do 1 ounce part A and 1 ounce part B. And we're going to mix this up for 3 minutes with a silicone spatula. I like to use silicone spatulas or plastic spatulas because the wooden stir sticks are not sealed and they will leak air into your epoxy while you're mixing, and it will give you extra air bubbles, and you do not want that. So use a silicone or plastic spatula like this one. And like I said, if you're just starting out with resin, start out small. A great project you could start out with is just making one individual coaster. And these molds, you can kind of see they're right above my mixing cup. They're also from Let's Resin. Those take 4 ounces of resin. So you could start out by making something small like that, or you could get some ornament molds and start out with that. So when you mix, you want to mix slowly, scrape the bottom of the cup, scrape the sides of the cup, scrape off the stir stick, and after 3 minutes, I take that mix that we just mixed up and pour everything into a new cup. And when you do this, you want to make sure you scrape everything out of that first cup, and that is also why mixing with a spatula comes in handy. It's easy to get every single drop out of that first cup, and we're going to mix for another 3 minutes. This is called the double cup mixing technique, and this is going to ensure that your resin is completely mixed. When you mix in one cup, sometimes you do not get the bottom of the cup completely mixed in, and your resin might not set up properly due to it being undermixed. So I mix my resin this way to completely ensure that my resin is properly mixed. And if you're new to resin, I promise you, if you mix this way, you're not going to have any problems with your resin not setting up due to undermixing. And resin does like to be in warmer temperatures to set up properly. So you want to make sure you're wearing your respirator mask, nitrile gloves, working in a well-ventilated area, and your workspace is at least 70 degrees Fahrenheit because resin likes it to be warm for it to set up properly. So we mix that up for another 3 minutes. Now I'm going to run this resin through my bubble remover machine. This machine is also from Let's Resin. Discount code NAPTIME will give you a discount. It's very easy to use. You just plug it in, press the lid down after you put your resin inside, hit the start button, and you can see it works really well, removes about 95% of the bubbles in your resin, which is fantastic. This machine works with medium viscosity resin best. So the Let's Resin 1-to-1 ratio epoxy that we're using works best for machines like this. Today we're going to be making a resin sphere. You can get these molds also from Let's Resin. So I'm just pouring in 2 ounces into my mold right here of clear. And when I use these fake roses in resin, I like to dip them in a little bit of clear. That helps keep air bubbles from getting into the petals of the flower and staying stuck there. So I just took that little cup right there, had an ounce of clear in there, dipped the rose into the clear, and then I placed it inside the mold. And now I'm going to pour more clear on top of that rose just until the bottom of the rose is covered with clear resin. Super simple and easy to make these. And when I place the rose inside, I kind of make a taco shape or a U shape and just place it carefully inside the mold. This is the next day. We're going to be using this opal glitter from Let's Resin as well. Discount code NAPTIME will give you a discount. I'm going to pour some into my clear, and I had 3 ounces of clear inside this cup. And I'm also going to be adding some resin dye. Resin dye or alcohol ink is going to help you get the look or prevent the look of sunken glitter. Sometimes when you use glitter, the glitter will sink down to the bottom of the layer, and then you'll just be left with a bunch of clear. But if you add some resin dye or alcohol ink, that's the same color as your glitter, that will not happen. It's going to give you the illusion that no glitter has sunk. And for the alcohol ink or resin dye, I usually do 2 or 3 drops. You can use either one. You can get alcohol ink or resin dye from Let's Resin's website as well. And now we're just going to fill up the mold the rest of the way. And that's really it for this one. Super simple and easy to make these. I'm going to let this cure overnight. Here we are 24 hours later, getting ready to take this out of the mold. So for these, what I do is I pull the mold to the side, squirt a little bit of 91% isopropyl alcohol inside the mold, and then I flip it upside down like this, pull the sides to the side, and push with my thumbs, and then it will kind of fly right out. So unfortunately, on this one, the dye from the rose leaked and it did not turn out how I was hoping. So I wanted to upload this video to show you guys not to use these dyed roses. I also had the same problem with the pink one. But I haven't had any problems using the clear fake roses, so I would recommend doing just the clear ones. This purple one was so pretty, but you can see it got really discolored and kind of turned orange because it is dyed. So unfortunately, this one did not turn out, but I did end up transforming it into something that I love, so I will show you that here in a second. But I did want to upload this to kind of give you guys a PSA about these fake roses. The clear ones work really well, but the dyed ones I would not recommend. Off camera, I ended up just applying some rhinestones all over the sphere, and here's how it turned out. Really, really love how it turned out. If you guys want a tutorial showing how I do this, let me know and I can do a tutorial. It's really easy to transform pieces that you don't like with rhinestones. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments, and definitely check out Let's Resin, discount code NAPTIME. Bye, guys.